Now, we have been looking forward to, joining each other in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Because we love Wednesdays, don't we?
Of course.
I thought you were going to say we love the kitchen.
We love the kitchen? No, we love Wednesdays because we all get to chat and hang out and so many different domestic issues come up. Like we have a really interesting relationship topic coming up on how to treat in-laws, but I'm not going to touch on that yet. Why? Because there was a story that popped up while we were getting our makeup done earlier today. Now, there are a lot of domestic workers working in our environment now, and the truth is they have access to our homes, and sometimes they just don't cut it sometimes, and then we end up asking them to leave. Now, so this case is a case where a young girl is claiming that her madam was actually making her do some very untoward things with her at night. Now, it had often been the case whereby it was husbands that were being accused of molesting house helps and things like that. But this case is really delicate because it's apparently the madam that is said to have been doing this to the girl. So my question is, well, first of all, I don't know if there's enough proof on ground to actually say whether it's true or not. But I'm really concerned about the fact that this woman could, in fact, be innocent, and there's no way to prove it. So how do we safeguard our homes? How do we safeguard our environments against these kinds of situations? That's my question. Anybody? Why is everybody looking? Why is everybody looking?
I think everyone is looking at one another because we've all had to deal with domestic help. And they are one of the most complicated people in the world. It's complicated because some of them live with us. So it's a thin line. You need to be careful how you address them, especially when you have children involved.
Yeah.
You don't want them to harm your children, which some of them will still do, no matter how nice you are to them anyway. And so in this kind of situation, for example, it's each person's word against the other person.
Yeah.
If the girl has tangible proof, she can insist on it. And if the madam has tangible proof to the contrary, then she could as well insist on it. But whatever the case may be, unfortunately for her, both parties, in fact, pregnancy cannot be involved. So we cannot say, you impregnated me. No, now, I'm just being realistic. So that's where it becomes, that's why that word delicate to use, because it's also a thing of somebody's psychology. Yeah. Because you could affect the girl's mind. It could be traumatic for her that she had to do all of that. Truth is, many of these domestic help do crazy things to keep their jobs. They are made to go through nasty things. So it's a very, very tricky thing. It's a tricky situation.
It's a scary thought.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think for me, to be honest, right, as much as, yes, normally when, as you said, when it's a situation where they say, okay, fine, this is the husband, most times I feel people actually go against the guy and talk about how, oh, I mean, this is happening. I feel now there's speculations, or it's seeming like it's kind of balance. Okay, is the girl being truthful, or is she just outrightly lying and all of that? Fine. We're not trying to say she's lying, right? But at the same time, we're just trying to say, fine, these people actually say that some of them are actually terrible, and they say different crazy things. I mean, not so long ago, or a while back, there was a video of this housemaid literally beating this almost like really like a tiny baby. Do you understand? So I think in the end of everything is just to be, I don't know, maybe do due diligence before you hire these people. Do like research and all of that, even if that definitely doesn't necessarily cover it all of the time and all of that. So I don't know.
So is giggling to herself for some reason.
The thing here is this issue of molestation.
Yeah.
And I find it worrisome, Sha. I find it worrisome because when you're a boss, you need to be extra careful how you treat your employee. Yeah. However, even as an employee, you also need to be super careful how you deal with your boss. So, I don't know, it just puts me in a very uncomfortable place.
Okay, so, if, for instance, a help has been beaten a lot by the madam for whatever reason, do you think it's enough reason for her to come out later on after she's been fired to make such an accusation.
Even in regular companies, people come out with you know, unrealistic accusations.
Once it doesn't
Anyway,
favor them.
I know we have to quickly go, but what I'm just going to quickly say is, if we had a system that functions effectively, we should have laws that protect employees and domestic staff in this regard.
Yeah.
So in a case like this where there are allegations, you do your investigations, and then if they exactly, that's what, because those laws actually exist, but they are not being carried out, they're not being practiced. So in this kind of case, a situation where there are allegations, they do their investigations. If the woman is held culpable, or she's been culpable, then let justice take its course. If not, then you know, whatever happens, happens. But then these laws should be, you know, put in place or should be practiced so that, you know, all of these things do not arise and do not come up. And then both parties are protected at the end of the day.
Some female bosses strut naked in front of their staff.
Goodness.
So she can claim about she knows some parts of the woman's body. And there's nothing the woman can say. So it's really complicated.
Very, very complicated. We would love to know what you think.
Is.
Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC when you put up your comments. So we'll be back after this break. Stay with us.